COO, your COO, Chief Z. We have been having some meetings this week that he set up that have gone amazingly well, and actually kind of even, I don't know how to explain it. The trajectory of what we're doing here just keeps getting bigger and better. And I want to, and that man, listen, y'all, the best business partner, the best owner, the best COO you could ask for. We got it. And I'm just so grateful for him. You all should be. Um, I'm hesitant to talk about what's happening behind the scenes right now, but just give us a couple weeks, you'll hear about it. But when I tell you that I feel so liberated in having a business partner like Chief Z, because, jumping off the porch to do this thing, like I told you guys in the very beginning, we've never done this before, right? Right? We've never done it before. And so we jumped off the porch with the knowledge and information that we had at the time, right? That's all you can do is put one, right? Take what you know and what you have and go forward with it, right? And as you go forward, you will learn some lessons. You will come across some challenges, some new things. Um, um, and you'll take some hits too. And the liberating thing about Chief Z being my business partner here is that he shares the same heart as I do. We don't care what it costs or what it takes. Our team deserves the best of the best. And if it requires more of our money, more of our time, more nights up all night researching and talking to people and all of that, it does not matter. The only thing that matters is that it is level 10, level 10 worthy. That's the only thing that matters tonight. And so I just want you to know that we have gotten off to a slower start than I would like. Y'all know I like to bust the door down when I come through, okay? But the things that we have coming up and in place, just give us a couple more weeks. You guys, listen, we're going to rule this industry. When I talk about even things like what your back office is, don't pay attention to what it is right now. We don't fire them people, okay? They're gone. They're done. I'm done with them. Um, but when I talk about everything, everything from even your commissions card to your back office to the products, the services, everything that we're going to be offering light years ahead of anything else that is in this industry already, okay? And so let's work with what we have right now, but we're going to level 10, okay? We're going to level 10. I want to talk to y'all about what it means to go to level 10 tonight. Okay? This is going to help you, Isaac. This is going to help you get your shit together. Because I know y'all have heard me, level 10 this, level 10 that, and you see the branding, you see the logo, you see, products and services. We got telehealth, we got this, that. I want you to understand what level 10 actually means. So when God whispered the name level 10 to me, prior to even talking about what a company that I create might be named, I had to write down what the mission statement for the company would be. What is the mission of this, imaginary company, right? And I wrote down that we would provide products, resources, and opportunity for people to become the very best version of themselves in every area of their life. Now, when God whispered level 10 to me, I had never heard of a level 10 before. I didn't understand what it meant. I'm like, why not level 100? What is level 10? And I was ignoring it because I'm like, I don't know what that means, right? I don't need to know what that means. But eventually I couldn't ignore it anymore. And I was like, let's Google it. Let's just Google it. And so myself and a friend of mine who was on the phone with me, we Googled it at the same time. And at the same time, we said, oh my God. Because what came up was the description of level 10 as a protocol that this author back in the 1860s or something had created. And he was like one of the first like personal development gurus in the world before personal development was a thing. And he wrote a book where he talked about the level 10 system. And if you look up what is the level 10 system, you can do it right now. Look at what is the level 10 system. The level 10, the description of what the level 10 system is was verbatim what I wrote for the mission of this company. And that is how I knew that this came from God, because I had never heard of it before. So how did it just come to me, right? There's no doubt in my mind. And that was such a poignant, like talking about a moment that changes everything for you, because a lot of times if you have a relationship with God, if you strive to have a relationship with God, you wonder if God really hears you or if you can really hear God, right? You get this whisper when you're trying to learn what God's voice sounds like, right? And so, of course, I always felt like God talks to me, God talks to me. But this is the first time ever in my life where I felt like it had to be God. I didn't read this in a book. I didn't see this on a video. This ain't something somebody told me a long time ago. No, this could have only come from God. And it stayed with me so much. I bought this necklace so that I can let God know I remember. I believe in his promise to me that my company would be called Level 10. So I want you to understand Level 10 is not about a rank, a logo. It's not about money. It's not about looking successful. Level 10 is a standard. I want y'all to write that. Level 10 is a standard. Okay? It is a decision that I am no longer available for the lowest version of myself. Let's write that out. I am no longer available for the lowest version of myself. It means I stop waiting for life to magically change, and I start changing the way I show up, one decision at a time. You don't just wake up in a level 10 life. You have to build it. A level 10 life means every area of your life starts coming up to a higher standard. Okay? Your health, your faith, your mindset, your discipline, your finances, your relationships, your leadership, your environment, your business, your integrity. It's not about being perfect, but it is about creating a standard for yourself in every area of your life. So it is about understanding that you can't have a better life by making the same decisions. You can't want more money, but don't manage the money you already have. You can't want a better body, but don't honor the body you already live in. The same with relationships, the same with being a leader. Level 10 is about changing the disconnect between the you want to be and the you keep showing up as. It's not about selling services or products. It is about becoming the kind of person who can carry more. More discipline, more responsibility, more vision, more influence, more impact, more life. So let me walk you through some steps on how you can start down the path of creating and living in your level 10 life. The first step is you have to tell the truth about where you are. You can't level up from a lie. You have to be honest. Where are you really? And I want you to write down key areas of your life and evaluate where you are. What level are you currently operating on? What does a level 10 life look like for your finances, for your health, for your marriage, for your social life, your friends and family, for your faith, for your self-love, your career? And you figure out what the level 10 life looks like. And then you evaluate yourself where you are today. Am I on level 1, level 4, level 7? And you're not going to try to change your entire life overnight. Okay? Not overnight. So after you figure out where the disconnect is, because this is what level 10 is, and I'm over here on level 3 over here in this area. I want you to pick an area. One area, and decide what it's going to take. So let's say, for instance, in your health, level 10 looks like you got the ideal body weight, low fat percentage, you eat healthy, you don't cut sugar and sodas and all of that. And today you've decided, you took an honest evaluation of yourself and said, today I'm on level 4. And I want to tell y'all this too. I don't care if you're on a level 1. Nothing is wrong with starting at the bottom. You know what's wrong? Not admitting to yourself that's where you are. Okay? It is better to be far away from where you know you're going than to not have any clue where you're going at all. Okay? So it doesn't matter what level you start at. It matters that you get started. 'Kay? So look at what level you're at. I don't want you to ask yourself, okay, I'm on level 4. What do I need to do to get to level 10? We're not doing that. Okay. You'll quit in 3 days. What does the next level look like? Maybe it is, if I want to go from level 4 to level 5 in my finances, maybe that looks like me putting away $100 a week or 20, right? Maybe just keeping a commitment for the next 6 months. I'm going to put $25 a week into an account. And at the end of the 6 months, I'm going to have X amount of dollars, and I'm going to transfer that to a money market, to a CD, to do something else with it. And that will get me to another level, because maybe the next level looks like you have X amount of dollars saved up in a CD, or you've made an investment in something, right? It's about getting to the very next level, one level at a time. The third step in this is you have to learn to make level 10 decisions before you feel like a level 10. So while we're going to acknowledge we might be on level 3 or level 1 or level 7, right? We're going to show up as level 10. You're not always going to feel motivated or confident or ready, but you can still make level 10 decisions. And a level 10 decision is choosing what your future needs are over what you want today. A level 10 decision. So again, I keep going back to weight loss. I've been talking about weight loss for 6 years, y'all. Okay. It's just kind of ingrained in me at this point, right? So a level 10 decision, that means I'm operating as the version of me who is at level 10 now, right? So if we're talking about weight loss, that means I'm at my ideal weight. I've adopted all of these healthy habits. That's who I am now as a person. I'm not the person that says, I don't drink water, I don't eat vegetables, I got to have dessert every day after dinner. I hate the gym. That's not who my level 10 self is. So that means that while I'm working on getting to the next level, I'm also making decisions from a place of who I already want to be. And do you see how that accelerates your process to get there? When you start operating as the version of you know you can and want and deserve and are worthy of being. That's the difference between people who are living the life that you admire, people who have the body that you admire, people who have the career, the success, the family, the marriage. They operate on a different level. They have a different what? Standard. They have a different standard. They have a different standard for what they eat, for how they move, for how they spend their money, how they save their money. They have a different standard. So while you're not going to magically transform into your level 10 life overnight, right? The mindset and the decisions you make, they can change in an instant. In an instant, you can decide, you know what? I'm going to be a kinder, nicer, more compassionate person. In an instant, you can decide that you are going to be more dedicated. You're going to put yourself first, show yourself self-love. You're going to cut off the things in your environment that no longer support the you that you want to be, even though you haven't caught up to that version of yourself yet. Once you start operating in that capacity, the universe and life has no choice but to catch up with it. Many of you know my story of how I became the first $1 million earner in our former company. On day one, I had my $1 million banner up on the wall. Day one, ask y'all, tell them. Day one, it was right back there on the wall. From day one, I showed up on day one. My first conversation with the CEO of that company, who are you? I am your first $1 million earner. And I operated like I was until everybody else figured it out. So you don't have to be at level 10 to decide that you're going to start operating as your level 10 version. I'm going to start making choices like the woman, the man I yearn to be. The one that I would be proud to be. I'm going to start making decisions like that person would. That version of me would. Number 4. Give me 1 second. Number 4. Y'all know my favorite word. Non-negotiable. A level 10 life requires non-negotiables. There has to be some things that you no longer debate about with yourself or with others. I don't debate whether I'm going to show up. I don't debate whether I'm going to tell the truth. I don't debate whether I'm going to grow or honor my commitments or protect my peace. I don't debate whether I'm going to become better. Now, when you stick with having non-negotiables, even if it's non-negotiable, I got to get 7, 8 hours of sleep every night. It's non-negotiable for me to go to this gym every morning. It's non-negotiable for me to drink a gallon of water a day. It's non-negotiable for me to have $200 taken out of every check every week. It's non-negotiable for me to go to church or to pray or to, put my stuff aside and ask my spouse how their day was first. It's non-negotiable for me to do the things that are going to lead me to have the life that I want to live. There's some things that are non-negotiable. Now, when you start treating those things as non-negotiables, that's how you know you're changing. When the old version of you tries to negotiate, but the new version of you says, no, we don't do that anymore. That's when you know you've changed. Number 5, stop confusing success with alignment. A lot of people have or look successful, but they are not aligned. They have money, but no peace. They have attention, but no discipline. They have followers, but no fruit. They have a title, but no integrity. That's not level 10. A level 10 life is not just about what people can see. See, because we don't live our life to please people. It is about who you are when nobody is watching. It's your private standard. And one of the ways that you know that is real, right, is that you don't have to make an announcement about it because it's who you are. I'm a straight woman I'm a straight woman. I don't have to make an announcement that I'm a straight woman, right? It's no different with any other part of your life or how you identify yourself. When it becomes who you are, it's who you are. So it's about having a private standard that is tied to your identity. Your standard becomes your identity. And creating a private life of standards shows up in public. Okay. It's the person who you see who you like, oh my goodness, she looks amazing. She's in the gym working out. She got a great body. Her body is the outfit, okay? She don't even need the perfect outfit. Her body's the fucking outfit, okay? It's about private decisions she made, right? When you was crawling up in bed and she was on the floor doing ab workout. When you reached for the soda and she reached for the protein shake, right? Private decisions. They match the standard, her standard for herself. Her standard for herself. Just like the person that you can go to and ask for $5,000. They have a different standard than you. It's not just about they make more money, they have a different standard for themselves. And let me talk about that a little bit too. Because when your standards change, your circumstances do. Right? And that's why they say, once you hit a certain salary in your life, right, you never go backwards. Nobody goes from making $80,000 a year to $22,000. Because with every promotion, increase, raise, new job, it is responding to the standard that you carry for yourself. You have a new standard. So when you create new standards, even though your life is not going to reflect a level 10 life immediately, the circumstances, the environment around you are going to start changing. It has no choice but to respond to the standards that you have for yourself now. It has no choice. You raise your standards in dating, you're going to get a lot less fuckboys going to be in your face. It's just the truth. Right? And you might lose people along the way. So what? Fuck them. They NPCs. They don't belong here anyway. You don't belong on this level of my life. You're not in alignment with this level of my life. And I'm not going to trade that for you. So that's what it means to live a level 10 life. That is why it matters. I want you all to understand we're not just building a company, we're building people. We're raising the standard, not just for the network marketing industry, but check, that's going to get done too. Okay? But we are teaching people how to free themselves from the confines of standards that are beneath them. We have a standard for level 10. It's about us becoming the best version of ourselves so that we can give that version of ourselves to the people who need our help. So we can raise standards across communities, not just this industry. We can change households. We can change hearts. That's what it means to be a part of this thing. The gag is the money, not the mission. All right. So, level 10 LVLX, I adopted the tagline live victorious, right? That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's not, but I don't want you to confuse victory with commission, with money. That's not what it's about, right? It's a lot of defeated millionaires in this world. Okay. So just understand moving forward with you being here as one of our partners that you're not just sharing products. You're representing a standard. Y'all down for that? Can you shoulder the weight of that responsibility to represent a standard of excellence, a standard of integrity, a standard of compassion and community and togetherness, a standard of change and transformation? You represent a standard. And you don't have to be religious, right? You don't have to be religious, but you can be ethical and have good character and morals. And if you do that, you actually probably be more righteous than a lot of religion. Okay, a lot of religious people. But we ain't gonna go there. That's Chief Z's. That's his thing on Sunday nights. Okay, I'll let him talk about that. Okay, all right. So remember, I don't want you, and I will never ask you. You're not ever required to be perfect, but you are required to be different. You are required to be growing, to be focused, disciplined, honest, aligned, elevated. I want you to ask yourself one question tonight. What is the one area of my life that I know is not matching the level I say I want? Don't overthink it, because you already know. You know. And then ask yourself, what is one level 10 decision I can make this week? Not someday, Not when life calms down or gets perfect or everything's in its place. Not when I feel ready. But this week. Because your level 10 life is not waiting for more information. It's waiting for your participation. And you don't need to become a whole new person overnight. You just need to make one higher decision. One higher decision. And I'm going to tell you something about making those higher decisions. The hardest part is doing it the first time. How many of y'all started going to the gym and then fell off? And the hardest thing, you was going every day for months and months and months. You fall off for whatever reason. Maybe you went on a cruise. Maybe you got the flu. Maybe whatever, right? It was snowing one morning. You got snowed in, right? The hardest thing to do is get back through that door the first time. But once you do it the first time, you back on track, just like that, like you never left. It don't even matter. So understand this. Once you make your decision tonight and you decide what that next highest one decision is, you're going to feel resistance. You're going to go back and forth with yourself. You're going to negotiate. But if you, right here with me tonight, make your mind up that I can do the hard thing, I will do the hard thing. And I will do the hard thing until it's no longer hard. That's how you get to level 10. That's how you get to experience your full potential, the full promise God has for you. That's how you get there. Make your decision tonight. And whatever that one thing is, non-negotiable. And I don't know what y'all got written down or what that one thing is. But if you can do it tonight, do it right now. If it's, I'm going to start drinking more water, go drink your water right now. If it's, I'm going to start walking 30 minutes a day, go put your shoes on, go walk right now. And just rip the Band-Aid of your complacency off. Rip it off and say, that's it. That's all. No more. I'm getting started. Not this week. Not when it's more convenient. Right now. Okay? Right now. I would love to know what some of your level 10 decisions are. Can we start a post in X Academy, please? X Alliance. And then maybe we can match up with people who have a similar first decision as we do, right? You can partner up and say, come on, let's get on FaceTime. Let's get on video call right now. Go walk around the block at 10 o'clock at night. It's okay. Y'all strapped, right? I'm strapped. You go, hey, I go anywhere I want, any time of day I want. Okay, I got 2 dogs and a gun. Don't play with me. Okay, but I want you to understand, level 10 is not the company you belong to. It is who you are becoming. Level 10. I love you, excellence. And I cannot wait to meet the level 10 version of you. Good night.
Now all the children play. Thank you, Coach.